Okay, so today we're really diving deep into the whole Cristiano Ronaldo story.
Hmm.
And it's not just like the typical, rags to riches kind of, sports
Mucha.
thing. We've got this biography that goes like behind the scenes of how, a
Yeah.
biographer tries to capture
Yeah.
like the essence of someone like that.
Yeah, the truth.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh.
who is he really? Right.
Yeah, and especially someone like him. I mean, he's such a, larger than life kind of figure, all
Yeah.
the headlines and everything.
It's,
It's noise.
yeah. So you got that, and then we've got some firsthand accounts
Oh, nice.
from people who've, been there at different points in his life, which is really cool.
Well, that's great.
So hopefully by the end of this, we'll have like a more complete
Mm.
picture of the guy beyond just the goals and the...
Yeah, beyond just the Instagram posts and all that.
Exactly.
See who the real person is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing that jumped out at me right away from the biography was this whole dynamic between like journalists and players.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it?
Because like, you need access
You need access, yeah.
to write this story.
But at what cost?
Right.
That's the thing. How much does that color your reporting?
Yeah, exactly. And there's this one example where
Oh, yeah.
the biographer talks about meeting this journalist
Yeah?
who's like basically on a crusade
To defend this coach.
to defend a specific coach,
Yeah.
like super loyal to the guy.
Yeah, saw it as a personal mission to, shield him from any kind of,
Right, any criticism.
negative press.
Yeah, so you're just like immediately thinking,
Exactly.
okay, how much of that's going on with Ronaldo's story?
Right. How many of those sort of hidden agendas are shaping how he's
Yeah.
been presented?
And like, even if a journalist isn't like actively trying to like push an agenda,
Right.
the biographer talks about how just by its nature, it's hard to
Yeah, actually get to the
look
truth.
at the complete truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, even if you get to interview someone directly,
Yeah.
you're only ever getting
Both sides.
their version of events.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, their perspective.
And then on top of that, I mean, we're talking about Ronaldo.
Right, who's
Very image conscious.
Yeah, he started that whole image campaign back in 2012.
Yeah, because he felt misunderstood, right?
Yeah, he felt like the world had the wrong idea about him.
Yeah.
So it's like you've got that layer on
Right.
top of it, right?
So trying to disentangle like the real Ronaldo from
Yeah.
this kind of curated image
It's tough.
is tough.
So that's where it gets really interesting that this biographer
Yeah.
went and talked to,
So
Busy.
many, so many different people,
yeah.
right? Like teammates at Real Madrid.
Yeah, people from his past.
Yeah, going all the way back to like Madeira in his time. in
Manchester.
Trying to piece together
Yeah.
the puzzle, right?
It sounds like a huge undertaking.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like even getting to those
Yeah.
people close to him must have been a challenge.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like the biographer talks about
Oh, yeah.
having to deal with Jorge Mendez, his agent.
Yeah, no nonsense kind of guy.
Yeah, described him as very direct.
Powerful communicator.
Yeah, powerful, no messing around.
And like controlling the narrative, right?
Totally. But the thing is, the biographer had already done all this research.
Yeah, he's so much legwork.
Right. Talked to all these people. But still felt like they had to talk to Mendez.
Had to go through him, right?
Yeah, it was essential, even though they knew
It was going to be a battle.
it was going to be a battle.
Control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go back to the beginning.
All right, back to Madeira,
Yeah, to Madeira.
Ronaldo's birthplace.
Yeah, which is not just some, it's not just an island.
Random island.
Right.
No, it's got its own.
The biography makes a big deal about
It's got its own culture, its own identity.
because it's almost like a separate country.
Place from mainland Portugal.
Yeah, and sometimes, look down on a bit.
Really?
Yeah, there's a bit of prejudice there, unfortunately.
Huh. So he comes from this place that already feels like
Like an outsider.
an outsider, right?
Yeah.
And then within that, you've got his family,
Yeah.
which, man, they went through a lot.
Yeah, his mom, Dolores,
Yeah, Delaney.
faced incredible hardship.
Like serious poverty, right?
Yeah, plus
The biography even says that she,
thought about suicide.
yeah,
At one point, that's how desperate things were.
wow. And his dad, Jose Dines Severo,
Yeah, Dinas.
he also had a tough background, it sounds like.
Yeah, not an easy life.
And they got married pretty quickly after meeting
Shotgun wedding, basically.
because her dad was like,
Concerned about providing
yeah, you got to be responsible with all these kids.
lots of mouths to feed,
Yeah.
especially in those circumstances.
So Dines, he had trouble finding work.
Yeah, unemployment was a constant worry.
Yeah.
And then he eventually got this job.
As a kit man
Yeah, a kit man for the local football club.
for Andorrania.
Andorrania, yeah. Which, as we'll see, played a pretty big role
Yeah, how foreshadowed.
in Cristiano's life, yeah.
Yeah.
But Dimas wasn't always, the most present father figure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he liked to spend his evenings at the local bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not like the classic,
No,
dad playing catch in the backyard kind of thing.
not that kind of dad.
Gotcha.
But, Cristiano still sought him out.
Ah,
Yeah, often went with his sister or a friend to bring him home.
like literally drag him out of the bar.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Shows you, even with all that, he still wanted that connection.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it is.
But I guess it makes sense that they chose Fernando Sousa to be his godfather.
Yeah. Fernando Sousa, the captain of Andorrania,
Yeah.
and a successful businessman.
Like a real role model.
Yeah, someone for Cristiano to look up to.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then there's that story about the Christmas gift,
Oh, yeah, the Christmas gift.
which is like, so Ronaldo, right?
So Ronaldo.
He gets this toy car
Yeah,
and he's not impressed.
not at all.
All he wants is a
Football. Football.
Yeah, I mean, talk about like early signs of like obsession.
Total obsession.
Even at that age, it's like all he cared about.
And it's not even just any ball, right? It's like
Right, it's like that specific.
the tool
Yeah, the tool of his
trade.
his passion.
Yeah, his passion.
That's all he wanted.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So obviously he's spending all his time
Oh yeah.
playing.
Right. On the streets, on the beaches.
Madeira,
Yeah, like countless hours.
just honing his skills.
Honing those skills.
Like developing that
Competitive spirit.
that drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? It wasn't just like messing around, right?
Right.
It was this like deliberated game.
What's that?
That's what they called it. Like almost a form of like natural training.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're playing,
You're playing.
but you're also
You're learning.
learning and like
Yeah.
get better.
Growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And eventually he starts like actual training
Oh, right.
at Andorrania.
Where his dad
Workler.
worked and his cousin played.
Yeah, so he's surrounded by it, right?
Totally immersed.
Totally immersed. And this journalist, Nuno Luz, he makes this interesting point.
Okay.
He says, growing up in a poor village,
Yeah.
it kind of forces you to develop a certain toughness, a resilience.
Yeah.
Like you got to fight for everything.
Yeah, yeah. You can see how that would shape someone.
Absolutely.
So around this time, like end of the 20th century,
Mhm.
there's this interesting thing happening in Madeira.
What's that?
Birth rates are declining,
Oh, yeah.
which you wouldn't think would have anything to do with football, but
But it
But-
does because the clubs are like, we need players.
Right.
We got to go find them.
so they're out there scouting,
Scouting, yeah.
looking for talent.
And then they see Ronaldo.
They're like, whoa.
Oh, this kid is special.
Right, with his crazy skills from all that street play.
Yeah, his technique was just like way ahead.
So he ends up at National,
Astronaut. Yeah.
and his coach there, Pedro Telhinhas, is like, this kid's a street player.
Yeah, he even said he got good because of the way he grew up on the island. Like running, climbing,
No, right.
navigating all that uneven terrain.
Yeah, yeah.
He said it helped develop Ronaldo's like mental improvisation on the field.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But he also noticed that early on, Ronaldo
Yeah.
struggled with the whole team aspect of football.
Like, he was too much of a
Yeah, he wanted to do everything himself.
solo act.
Yeah, thought he was better than everyone else. Pretty much.
But, I mean, I guess when you're that good.
I mean, yeah, when you're scoring all the goals, you
Right.
kind of get away with it, right?
So then, big move. He goes to Lisbon.
Sporting CP,
Sporting CP, yeah.
big step.
Huge step.
Leaving home, young age.
Like, super young.
Yeah,
And they even put it in his contract.
that his mom could visit.
Yeah, and his salary went straight to the family.
It was a family affair.
They're all in on this.
Totally.
Wow. But, I mean, leaving home that young,
It's got to be tough.
it wasn't all smooth sailing.
Homesick,
Yeah, he was homesick. He was,
struggling to adapt.
struggling to adapt. They almost kicked him out
3 times.
3 times
Yeah.
for, like, his behavior
Bad behavior.
and bad grades.
Yeah, not doing his schoolwork.
Like, they were seriously considering it.
Seriously considering sending him back.
Man, imagine if that had happened.
Right. His whole life could have been different.
Totally different. Apparently, he even thought about quitting.
Yeah, those first few months were brutal.
Just, like, give up on the whole thing.
Yeah. In the end, they let him go back to Madeira for a month.
Just to, like, clear his head.
Yeah, a break, reconnect with family.
It's got to be tough on a kid, though.
It is, man. And it didn't help his grades,
Right.
which were already suffering.
But then he comes back,
Comes back to Lisbon.
scores his first goal.
Yeah, for sport.
Big moment.
Huge moment.
The press goes crazy.
Called it a work of art, they did.
Oh, wow.
They knew they were witnessing something special.
Yeah, you can just imagine, like, the relief,
Yeah.
the validation, you know.
Absolutely.
And then he makes his debut in the Champions League qualifiers.
Yeah, and then the league
Things are moving
was
fast.
quickly, yeah.
And then he scores his first 2 goals.
In the cup,
Yeah, in the cup against Moreirense.
and his first goal, like
It was a beauty, a solo effort.
solo effort, right?
Yeah,
And his mom fainted.
fainted in the stand.
Just the emotion of it all, you know?
Oh my God.
Powerful moment.
So now we're getting to Manchester United,
All right, here we go.
the big time.
The big time.
And it's funny because you would think there'd be this
It's buzz.
buzz, right,
Yeah.
about him. But the biography says there wasn't.
Not really.
Like before that famous game against them.
That's like nobody knew.
Yeah, Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, he said he just remembers seeing the name Ronaldo on the team sheet.
Just Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Not even Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, just Ronaldo.
And he's like, who is this guy?
Pretty much.
Phil Neville, too.
Same, yeah. He remembers his hairstyle more than anything.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty distinctive.
Like, what was it?
Oh, I don't know, some kind of like spiky thing.
Oh, okay.
But he was pretty slight physically, you know?
But then the game starts.
Yeah,
And we
people
both
start
We're
noticing.
like, wait a minute.
This guy's got something.
Yeah. Quentin Fortune said,
He was blown away.
by his confidence.
And his skill.
Yeah, like just fearless.
And Gary Neville,
Carries
watching from home, he was injured at the time,
Oh, right.
but he remembers this one, an off-the-ball run that Ronaldo made.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he said it was intelligent, like, not just about the flash.
tricks.
No, like, he understood the game.
Wow.
That's what struck Gary Neville.
So even then,
Even then, he's got
that tactical awareness
Yeah, so he joins Manchester United.
joins the team.
And they're already
So
super successful,
yeah.
but he adds this
To start.
spark, right?
Yeah, like a new dimension
Yeah.
to an already great team.
But, coming into a team like that,
It's got to be intimidating.
especially as a young guy,
Yeah, and the senior player.
they gave him a hard time.
Oh yeah, a bit of teasing, you know.
Classic hazing stuff.
Yeah, like you're just keeping the shirt warm for Beckham.
Right, Beckham might come back.
Yeah, and he was using Beckham's old locker apparently.
No way.
Yeah, that's gonna mess with your head a little
A
bit.
little bit, yeah.
But Roy Keane,
Yeah.
he said that Ronaldo had this,
Innocence.
yeah, like this genuine love for the game.
And he wasn't afraid to,
Yeah,
show a bit of vanity.
and he knew he was good looking.
He knew, yeah. But Keane said at the end of the day, it was all about football for him.
Yeah, that was the priority.
Football first.
Yeah, always. And he was always trying to.
Learn.
Yeah, they called him an ideas thief.
What?
Yeah, he was always watching other players
Oh, okay.
on TV, in training, trying to pick up new skills.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, constantly trying to perfect his game.
Soaking it all up.
Like a sponge, yeah.
But, you need people to,
Keep him grounded.
keep him in check.
And that's where guys like Scholes and Keane came in.
Oh, right.
They give him a tough time in training.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, physically, They wanted to test him.
Make sure he wasn't getting too big for his boots.
Exactly, teach him a lesson. Yeah, yeah. And the biography talks about this interesting difference between, like, football cultures.
Yeah.
Like in England.
It's all about the rules.
Yeah, follow the rules. Don't dive.
Diving's a big no-no.
Right.
But in other countries,
Yeah.
maybe not so much.
And Ronaldo.
He had a tendency to go down a bit easy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ferguson had to have a word with him about it.
What did he say?
He basically told him, look, you're hurting the team
Because.
because the refs are starting to think you're a diver.
Oh, right.
And the fans hate it. You're getting booed every time you touch the ball.
So it's like.
It's counterproductive.
Yeah, it's not helping anyone.
Exactly.
So Ferguson was good at, like.
The carrot and the stick.
Yeah, like. He'd criticize him.
But he'd also explain things.
Like why it was important.
Yeah, he was a teacher.
Yeah.
More than just a manager.
And there's this funny story about Ronaldo, like.
When he first got to England.
Yeah, being confused about the
Shorter days.
shorter days in the winter.
Yeah, he couldn't believe how early it got dark.
That's hilarious.
It is, right? It shows how young he was, how much he was still adjusting.
Yeah.
Keane said right from the start, he saw Ronaldo's potential.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the talent was obvious.
And the work ethic.
The work ethic was incredible.
Yeah.
He said there was a bit of arrogance there, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But, like, you know, a good kind of arrogance.
Like, it fueled him.
Exactly. It drove him to be better.
Yeah.
And Manchester United under Ferguson,
Yeah.
it was the perfect environment for him.
Like, they had everything, right?
The best facilities, the best coaching staff.
Yeah, the winning mentality.
Yeah, the culture.
Yeah.
And Ferguson himself, he was like a father figure to Ronaldo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ronaldo has said that many times.
Huh. That's interesting because,
Yeah.
you know, his own dad.
Wasn't really there for him.
Yeah, so maybe he was looking for that.
That guidance, that support,
Yeah.
and Ferguson provided that.
Yeah.
Space.
And Ronaldo just kept
Working.
and working. Like,
Right.
even after training,
He'd stay behind.
practicing free kicks.
Yeah, making Van der Sar stay in goal.
Van der Sar.
Yeah, their best goalkeeper.
He must have been like, come on, kid.
Oh, he would joke about it, you know?
Yeah.
You never score against me anyway.
But Ronaldo just kept at it.
That's the thing, he never stopped believing.
Himself?
Yeah, he had this vision of being the best.
And he wasn't afraid to put in the
work.
work.
Yeah, no shortcuts.
And he'd even go train by himself.
Up on this hill behind the training ground.
Really?
Yeah, just him, no distractions.
Just focus.
Pure focus.
So over time, he starts to influence
the whole culture?
of Manchester United.
Yeah, this club that's already, you know,
Legendary.
yes, steeped in history.
And he's changing it
Yeah, she's pushing them to evolve.
because he's so talented and dedicated. Yeah. And at first,
Some of the players were frustrated. Yeah, they thought he was too flashy.
too much of a showboat.
Yeah, but then they started incorporating some of his techniques into their own game.
Like, they saw it work.
Yeah, they saw the results.
So he wins his first major trophy with Manchester United.
In Cardiff.
Yeah, in Cardiff. And he scores a goal, of course.
Of course.
And the way he
True
celebrates,
passion.
you can see it.
Right.
Yeah, the emotion is real.
Yeah.
He never forgets where he came from.
Bro.
He's very close to his family.
Mhm.
He bought his mom a car with his early earnings and later, you know, other properties.
Wow.
And he set up his sisters with the CR7 shots. He
Right?
takes care of his own,
Yeah.
and he's known for being generous with his teammates.
Really?
Yeah, and the academy players.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a different side to him.
Yeah, because sometimes he comes across as, you know,
Arrogant.
yeah, arrogant.
But Rio Ferdinand said,
What'd he say?
he said that the goal celebrations, the flexing, that's just his way of,
Expressing strength.
like, he's got to be the alpha.
best.
Yeah, and carry the team.
But I mean, he's also shown emotion.
After defeats.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a robot.
Right.
He feels things deeply
And he can be
playful.
Yeah. Playful.
Yeah, he's got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
This sports psychologist in the book
Yeah.
makes this interesting point.
What is it?
He says that footballers are just ordinary people.
With extraordinary talent.
Yeah,
But they have this challenge of
staying grounded.
staying grounded, right?
Yeah, when you're surrounded by all this
Fame,
fame,
Chadapi.
fortune.
It's gotta be hard.
Yeah, to keep it real.
In Manchester,
Yeah, he liked it there.
he's like low key, right?
Yeah, he could blend in a bit.
Right.
Not like Madrid
Right,
or
yeah.
Turin.
Yeah.
He could have a bit of normalcy.
But his mom,
Oh,
she had trouble adjusting.
yeah, the language barrier
Right.
and the weather,
It's a different world.
it is
It is.
very different.
The book also talks about this whole thing with Portuguese identity.
Or interesting.
Yeah, like how they see themselves.
In relation to
Football, yeah.
they see themselves as creative,
Yeah.
skillful, but maybe a bit disorganized.
No, interesting.
And when they fail,
Yeah.
they tend to blame the system.
Not just the coach.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like this cultural thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And Ronaldo,
Always pushing, always striving.
yeah, they call it a small tragedy.
What?
Yeah, like he can never fully enjoy his achievements.
Because he's
It's a
already
thing.
on to the next goal.
Yeah.
Huh!
Never satisfied.
And as he gets more famous.
The responsibility grows.
Right.
He went to East Timor
Oh, yeah.
and he was just blown away by the intensity of the fans.
The passion.
Yeah, like they worshipped him
Wow.
and he realized like the impact he had.
Yeah, the weight of it all.
Yeah, it's a lot to carry.
Yeah, and then
Loses his dad.
Venus.
Yeah, it's Dennis. Started the 2005-06 season
Tough time.
and they were close.
They were close.
He had this routine of training together.
Yeah, and eating together.
And there's this story in the book about,
About how Dinas taught him
yeah,
to be resilient.
like tough.
Yeah, to bounce back from setbacks.
And Ronaldo, in the biography,
Mhm.
he lists his dad
Mhm.
first among the people who supported him.
Yeah, taught.